the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears made a flurry of moves prior to the first day of training camp. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, Chicago Bears football is officially back, and we have a whole bunch of updates to go over on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. So if you guys are just as excited as me that Chicago Bears football is officially back, go ahead and comment Bear down below in the comment section. First and foremost, Bears fans, veterans reported to Halas Hall today, and the first training camp practice is slated for tomorrow. So obviously super exciting. We got to hear from general manager Ryan Poles and new Bears head coach Ben Johnson, and even defensive lineman Grady Jarrett as well. So super exciting that, everyone is back together, and we are one step closer to that Monday Night Football opener against the Minnesota Vikings. We also have some very big injury news. Braxton Jones and Colston Loveland, according to general manager Ryan Poles, are ready to go for the start of training camp. That is obviously a big deal when you're looking at Braxton Jones. He is going to be in a very tough left tackle competition, not only with Audrey Chapillo, but Karan Amagaji as well. But I want to make it known first right here on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. And if I said this time and time again, I personally believe that Braxton Jones, when healthy, is still probably the best option when you're comparing them to Audrey Chapillo and Karan Amagaji. I think each guy will get their fair share. But I think at the moment, Ben Johnson is probably looking at Braxton Jones as the front runner to be the starting left tackle on this Bears offensive line. And then, of course, with Colston Loveland, the first round pick from the 2025 NFL draft, he is finally returning from that shoulder injury that he sustained while playing at Michigan. Obviously, during, mandatory rookie mini camp and the other mini camps as well, prior to the start of training camp, he was on the sidelines just taking mental reps, but it's going to be really good to see the Bears basically ease him back in and him getting in the flow, creating that chemistry with Ben Johnson, creating that chemistry with his teammates, primarily Caleb Williams. Obviously, Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears offensive coaching staff have big plans for Colston Loveland. So definitely looking forward to seeing him on the field for the start of training camp on Wednesday. And then in regards to cornerback Jalen Johnson, Ryan Poles made it clear that he is dealing with a leg injury, and he's expected to miss the first couple of weeks. So he will miss the start of training camp. So obviously that's something that we're going to continue to monitor. Once again, I know there's a lot of Bears fans out there, including myself, that are kind of trying to create some speculation, I guess. Maybe this has something to do with the contract, but it seems like he is actually injured, dealing with that leg injury, so he will miss the first couple of weeks of training camp. The Chicago Bears were actually also very busy prior to the start of training camp. I'm adding some veterans as well. According to Ian Rappaport, the Bears are adding a pair of veterans prior to camp. I'm signing defensive lineman Tanao Passanio, currently of the Chiefs and the Saints, and defensive back Trey Flowers. GM Ryan Poles announced. Obviously two big, to me, additions, just add more competition prior to the start of training camp on Wednesday. When you look at Tanao Passanio, he's a former second-round pick in 2017 by the Kansas City Chiefs. Ryan Poles actually helped draft Passanio back in 2017. Also played under Dennis Allen in New Orleans as well. When you look at the measurables, I can see why the Chicago Bears like this guy. 6'7", 289 pounds, 31 years old, has appeared in 104 games with 34 career starts, has had 16 and a half sacks in his 8-year NFL career. Once again, I just think that familiarity with Dennis Allen and, of course, GM Ryan Poles as well may give him a chance to make the Chicago Bears roster at the end of the day, and just adds, once again, the much-needed competition that Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are looking for during training camp. And of course, when you look at Trey Flowers, he's a former 5th-round pick by the Seahawks back from the 2018 NFL draft. He is currently 30 years old, 6'3", 203 pounds, has appeared in 95 career games with 44 career starts, totaling 270 tackles, 22 passes defended, and 4 interceptions during his NFL career. Much like Passanio, Bears fans, Trey Flowers will be just that added competition that Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles are looking for during training camp. So I definitely think there's just two good, solid veteran additions to once again add competition during training camp. So Bears fans, let me know down below how you feel about all these flurry of moves that the Chicago Bears made prior to the start of training camp. And once again, let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited you guys are that Chicago Bears football is officially back. But other than that, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears that you know. But other than that, be back for all new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic.